Puppies! Oh, hey everybody, Jim here. Before the start of this pickups vid, I just wanted to say to everyone, I recently had sex with a Square Enix employee. That's it. So, bragging rights. Pretty sure I'm the only guy in the community that can actually say that. Yeah, but yeah, I made her call me Sephiroth. And when it was over, I went da 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 da. Hey everybody, Jim here again with another pickups video for you all. Got quite a bit this time, so let's get right into it, starting with these Famicom disc games and these loose carts. So, starting over here, we have a copy of Ultraman 2. And, well, the only thing I'm going to say about this is you gotta love that cover art. Very nice. Okay. Next up, this game here, let me get in camera there, is Nazo no Morasame Jo, which has something, I think it's the Castle of Morasame or something like that. Anyway, it has a top-down kind of Zelda look to it, but it's a much more action-oriented game, and it's level by level. It's not a totally open-world experience. So that's Nazo no Morasame Jo. Pretty cool. And this one, it's Smash Ping Pong. And it's just a ping pong game. Woo! Smash Ping Pong. Alright, moving on, I got a lot of these loose Famicom carts. We're going to start from this side here with a copy of Pinball, which is just a very, very basic pinball game for the Famicom. Nothing too special. This game here, it's what is it? Akakage, Red Ninja, something to that effect. It's just a side-scrolling action ninja game where you have your sword and your shurikens, and you just fight other ninjas and samurais and various bosses, giant birds, all kinds of crap. Akakage. Pretty cool. I was having some fun with it. Here we have by Technos US Championship V-Ball, which, well, what was it in the States? It was Beat something, I don't know, but it's the same V-Ball game that they have back in the States, World Championship V-Ball, something like that. But yeah, it's just a good volleyball game, and you can play as Billy and Jimmy Lee from Double Dragon, so that's pretty cool. Next up, got a copy of Baseball Stars on the Famicom. This baseball game put out by SNK. It's popular in the arcades. It's really good on the Neo Geo systems, but I got this one for Famicom, Baseball Stars. Still a pretty fun baseball game. This one, peering back into Square's early days, this is a King's Knight, and it's a top-down shooter of sorts where you have a knight and a wizard and a monster of some sort. This game, not so good. I can see why they were starting to go out of business when they made Final Fantasy, because all the other games were like this, then they weren't very enjoyable. King's Knight. Next up, Yoshi's Egg. This is another Yoshi puzzle game where all the different things are coming from the top. You're Mario at the bottom, swapping things around, trying to, get stuff trapped in eggs, and pretty fun puzzle game. Kind of hard though. yeah, not my favorite puzzle game. Okay, next up, got a copy of Ys. The Ys games are more popular on the PC Engine, but this one, I got the Famicom version, which is more or less the exact same game, just with, you know, primitive 8-bit graphics. It's Ys Famicom. Next up, this game, Sugoro Quest, the Quest of Dice Heroes. It's another game by Technos, so the characters look a lot like they do in the Kunio-kun games, but this game takes place in the dice world, and everything is decided by the roll of dice. So all the battles and your movements on the field, everything is all decided by dice, and it's a pretty fun game. I've been enjoying it. That's Sugoro Quest, the Quest of Dice Heroes. Next up, another RPG. Got a copy of Final Fantasy III, which is pretty good, old school RPG. Random encounters with various monsters of all types. I'm getting kind of stuck in this one spot where there are lots of really tough zombies and skeleton things, but it's pretty good. Eventually you can choose your character classes and all that kind of thing, so having fun with Final Fantasy III. Pretty good. Alright, over here, this game by Tecmo. It's Pro-Wrestling. It's just a pretty typical run-of-the-mill 8-bit wrestling game, but it's pretty fun, and actually playing it brought back memories. I would play the US version with a cousin of mine long time ago, maybe like over 20 years ago. So this brought back some memories, but that's Pro-Wrestling by Tecmo. Also by Tecmo, we got Tecmo Super Bowl, which I always just refer to as Tecmo Bowl. Just a fun, good old-fashioned 8-bit football game, Tecmo Super Bowl. Here's a licensed game I didn't know even existed, but it's Major League for the Famicom. Basically a very typical baseball game for the Famicom. The only thing is they sort of have the likeness of Charlie Sheen's character from the movie. He's just like this little guy with glasses in the game, but anyway, it's fun enough. It's just a regular baseball game. It's Major League on the Famicom. Right here, Dragon Spirit, another top-down shooter where you play as a dragon. I think this guy here gets this sword and it turns him into the dragon, and it's just a top-down shooter as a dragon. And your power-ups give you like multiple heads on your dragon and more firepower. So, Dragon Spirit, pretty cool. And last but not least, it is a copy of Burger Time. Woo! Burger Time. Gotta make those burgers before various foodstuffs kill you. Yeah. Burger Time. And that's all the loose Famicom carts and Famicom disc games I got in this past, I don't know, week or so. Alright, and here are the only two boxed Famicom games I got recently. Over here, we have a copy of Dragon Ball Z 2, which unfortunately did not come with a manual. It still comes with these stickers. There's two of them, and what you do is you take one off and you put it on top of the cartridge here. I'm actually not going to do that. I'm just going to hang on to those. It's a box copy of Dragon Ball Z 2. Pretty fun little RPG. With the story changes a bit. In the story in this one, at the end of the Saiyan encounter, only Piccolo is dead. So you start the game on the spaceship on the way to Namek. And you've got Yamcha, Tien, and Chaozu with you, and they stick with you throughout the entire game. So, I don't know, pretty cool little, change in the story. So that's Dragon Ball Z 2. And over here, we have a game called Sukeban KG3, which is a little action RPG where you play as these 3 chicks, each with a different kind of weapon, going around killing all kinds of ninjas and samurai guys and monsters and all what have you. Pretty interesting little game, and this one did come complete with a let me get a look in there, manual and everything. So everything's in good shape. That's Sukeban KG3 for the Famicom. Those are my 2-box Famicoms from this past week. Alright, moving on to Super Famicom. Here we have 3, count them, 3 Sailor Moon games. Now, you might ask yourself, Jim, why would you buy 3 Sailor Moon games? That's a little off-putting. Well, 2 reasons. One, they were selling the 3 of them for $10, as in $10 for all 3 of them, so pretty good deal. And 2, they're actually not bad games. Take a look-see here. They all came cart only, no manuals, I'm afraid. But let's take a look-see. First one, Sailor Moon. This game here is a side-scrolling beat-em-up in the style of Final Fight and such, and it's pretty fun. You get to choose from all 5 Sailor Scouts, and they all have different attacks, chargeable attacks, and special attacks, all that kind of stuff. So, pretty fun. Graphics are good, music ain't bad. And then you move over here, you got Sailor Moon R, which is a direct sequel to the first one. It's also a beat-em-up. Again, you can play as all the different girls. They include the little mini Sailor Moon character that is kind of lame, but they all, again, have their own attack styles, varying speeds and combos and all that kind of stuff. Chargeable attacks, and they all have their own special, like, screen clearing attack that'll take a little bit of your health off. That's R. And then there's Sailor Moon S, which is a one-on-one 2D fighter with all the different little Sailor Scouts, including all the extra ones. Those the ones from, what is it, like, I don't know. I just remember that they have that one from Uranus. That makes me laugh. Pretty sure she had a torrid lesbian love affair with one of the other ones. But I digress. 3 Sailor Scout Sailor Moon games for the Super Famicom. If you've never checked them out, maybe give them a try. They're not so bad. Alright, and continuing on with the box Super Famicom games, got a few more. Over here, we have a game called Wonder Project J. It's pretty cool. The art style is very much like Miyazaki, I think. Anyway, it's a point-and-click game where you got this little guy named Pino. It's kind of a play on Pinocchio. In fact, his creator is Geppetto. And he's a robot in a future that's comprised of both robots and humans. Anyway, it's point and click. Basically, the way the game works is you have Pino interact with various items in the game, and if he reacts in a way that is useful, then you give him praise. If he does something wrong, you scold him, and that'll dictate how he'll behave later on in the game when certain behaviors need to be acted out. Kind of interesting game. He kind of learns as the game progresses. So, Wonder Project J, pretty cool, interesting game. Over here we have Mickey's Magical Adventure, which I think came out as like his Magical Quest or Mystical Quest in the States. This one came cart only, and apparently it was owned by some guy named Sato. So, yeah, thanks Sato for writing on your fucking games. When will the madness stop? And here we have Mickey and Minnie Magical Adventure 2. If you can see there, it's the Great Circus Mystery. So I believe that's what this one came out as in the States. And this one I got complete box cart and manual. And let's take a look inside. Really colorful manuals. Really awesome Disney games. Anyway, those are some other boxed Super Famicom games I got this past week. Check them out. Alright, and the one Mega Drive game I got this past week is a copy of Forgotten Worlds. I like to think of this game as kind of like a cross between Gradius and Contra or something. You got one of your 2 dudes here, you fly around, you shoot the crap out of everything, you can shoot in all directions. But it's a side-scrolling shmup style game. You can get these little satellites that'll move with you and also fire off all kinds of stuff. So some kind of Grady style. But anyway, it's Forgotten Worlds. It came complete with cart manual and box. And some, again, I'll point out some pretty sweet box art for these Mega Drive games. Anyway, that's Forgotten Worlds on the Mega Drive. Check it out. Alright, next up, I got a HuCard game, PC Engine CD, and even a 3DO game this past week. So let's take a look. On HuCard, we have a copy of Power League. Yep. And Power League, again, pretty typical baseball game. Why the hell am I picking up so many damn baseball games lately? Power League. On the PC Engine CD, I got a copy of The Legend of Heroes, Dragon Slayer, which I already have the sequel, Dragon Slayer 2. And again, it's another pretty typical PC Engine CD RPG. Standard RPG gameplay punctuated by pretty cool anime cutscenes. So that's Legend of Heroes, Dragon Slayer. And for the 3DO, I got a copy of D. I played this a long time ago when I was maybe 10 or 11 years old when it first came out, I believe in 95 or 96 on the PlayStation. And it actually did creep me out a lot when I was a kid. Now not so much. It's kind of fun to look how, at how primitive the 3D and stuff was, but it is a copy of D on the 3DO, and I'm happy to have it. So if you've never played D, maybe go check it out. Kind of a creepy, old school, very roughly done 3D game. There you go. Alright, got some more Sega goodness here. So let's start with the one Saturn game I got this past week. It's a copy of Sonic Jam, which everybody knows is just a Sonic compilation, but you choose the games. You're a 3D Sonic running around in a 3D world, and you pick the games that way. So but really it's just a compilation of old Sonic games, which is both good and bad. They're all good games, but I don't think that's really what people wanted when the Saturn came out. They wanted a true 3D Sonic game, but we had to wait till the Dreamcast came out. But oh well, Sonic Jam. And all these games here on Dreamcast. First, you got Godzilla Generations. This game kind of sucks. You just Godzilla walking around, basically running into buildings to knock them over, just trying to destroy as much as you can. Not a whole lot of action in here. It's slow gameplay. Not so good. Godzilla Generations. So, Virtua Striker 2. Just a run-of-the-mill 3D soccer game on Dreamcast. I don't really care for soccer games or sports games really in that manner. Really just kind of picked this up to add it to the collection. This game, it's see, what is it? J League Pro Soccer Club, something or other. I only got this game because I see it everywhere I go for like $1, and I'm just tired of seeing this game. Especially you just play as like a soccer club manager. It kind of sucks and is lame, but it was $1 and add to the collection. Game that's not lame. Copy of Choo Choo Rocket by Sonic Team. Very fun. Not so much a puzzler really, just more of a little. I think of it more as a battle game. You get some friends together and try to battle each other, fuck each other over with these little mice and these weird orange cat guys. But yeah, Choo Choo Rocket, pretty cool. This game here, I believe is called Kotoku Battle. Anyway, it's came out in the States as Tokyo Extreme Racer, which actually I really like this game. This was actually the first game I ever owned for my Dreamcast, and I played it quite a bit, and I popped it in the other day, sat down and started playing, and it was like a whole lot of memories rushing back to me. Kotoku Battle, aka Tokyo Extreme Racer. Really good, fun arcade style racing game. Check it out. And lastly, on the Dreamcast, I got a copy of Virtua Fighter 3, which I already had a copy, but I didn't have this like double disc version. And this is in better shape than my other one is. And yeah, the other disc is actually a behind the scenes video for Shenmue, which wasn't out yet. So it's pretty cool to be able to watch that. Yeah, anyway, pretty cool. Virtua Fighter 3 Tag Battle on the Dreamcast. And lastly, here we have all of the PlayStation pickups from the past week. A whole bunch of good stuff with one shitty thing, which is this right here. Ugh. It's a copy of Battle Arena Nitoshinden, which is kind of like, if you want to say like Virtua Fighter Kids is to Virtua Fighter 2, this is to Battle Arena Toshinden. The difference being, this game plays like complete and utter shit. Don't ever play this extremely bad looking, bad playing piece of crap. Battle Arena Nitoshinden for the PlayStation. Oop. Alright. 3 Capcom games here, all good ones. First up, Dino Crisis. Awesome game. I see you see my reflection there with my shirtless self. Yes, Dino Crisis. I already have Dino Crisis 2, which is more of an action-packed game. This one is really more just like Resident Evil with dinosaurs. And that's cool. Dino Crisis for the PlayStation. Next up, an awesome game. I was so happy to find this. Hadn't played it in so long. Street Fighter EX Plus Alpha. This game, the first in the series of 3D Street Fighter games, and the only one I enjoyed. I didn't like the sequels for one reason or another. But Street Fighter EX Plus Alpha, awesome, fun game. A lot of good memories of playing versus on this with friends of mine, and yeah, really like this game. And hey, what the hell? Where's Alan Schneider these days? Bring that character back. He's awesome. Street Fighter EX Plus Alpha. And here we have, since I'm not going to try to read all that, let's flip it to the side. It's Shiritsu Justice Gakuen Neketsu Seisyu Nikki 2. But come on, it's Rival Schools 2. It's got some extra gameplay modes, couple of new characters. Don't really like the new characters, incidentally, but whatever. It's Rival Schools 2. And it's good, just like the first one. Next up, another good game. I had this on 3DO, but was happy to find it and buy it on the PlayStation. It's Police Knots. And as it says, it's interactive cinema. This is a game by Hideo Kojima, coming out obviously before Metal Gear Solid. It's kind of a noir-style point-and-click game, but also a shooting game at times. It's all kinds of cool stuff. It's Police Knots, kind of in the same vein as Snatcher, also by Hideo Kojima. Both excellent games. If you've never played them before, I suggest you do. Next up, another super awesome game I was playing quite a lot just the other day. I'm getting really into this again. Parasite Eve 2, which the gameplay is a little more action-oriented. The battle system is than the first one. It's not turn-based anymore. You can just shoot the shit out of your enemies. This is very satisfying. So it gets a little bit closer to a survival horror game, but still with your leveling up system and stats and all that kind of thing. It's Parasite Eve 2. It's really good. If you've never played it, or the first one, I suggest you do. And lastly, this game was very, very happy to find. It's Akumajo Dracula X, blah blah blah. I don't feel like reading right now. Anyway, it's Castlevania Symphony of the Night. As it says down here, it's an action game, and I was told actually by Mike Murdis of Unleaded Logic, this is a first printing because, let me get in here. If I open her up. Come on, you bastard. Open, please. Alright, bear with me. Open her up. Over here, you got the game itself. You got the manual. I take the manual out. Then you have this here, the Dracula Music Collection, which I thought was going to be a soundtrack to the game. It's actually not. It's actually music from all of the Castlevania games leading up to this one. So on the Famicom disc, on the Famicom, on the Super Famicom, the Mega Drive, the PC Engine, even Kid Dracula, the music's all there. So anyway, it's Castlevania Symphony of the Night for the PlayStation, and it's obviously awesome. And that will conclude my pickups video for today. So I hope you all enjoyed that. I hope you all saw some games that you liked. If you did, feel free to comment. If you're not subbed, feel free to subscribe. Give me a like if you feel so inclined. And until next time, everybody take care and keep gaming!